Well, the co-main event, right? Another Frenchman was down to do his thing, right? We had got Maurício Ruffy against Benoît Saint-Denis. You know what I mean? Like, this was a big one, right? We got Ruffy, who has been on a tear. Just doing his thing. Like, super impressive. Like, super. He was, just murking people, right? He's a fighting nerd, And the whole team has been doing, craziness. And his boss, his friend, colleague, fellow nerd is fighting after him. So he's kind of setting the tone, right? Then you've got Saint-Denis, who last time out, it did not go well for him in Paris. So they both have things to prove. And also Saint-Denis wants to get back on track for a title shot potentially in the future. Now, when I was looking at this fight, right, you just see the dynamism of Ruffy in his previous fights, right? The fluidity in his shots and movement, super impressive. Like, being a fighting nerd, right? You're training with Bahalio. You got Jean Lord Silver. Both of those are black belts in jiu-jitsu. So you are assuming that he's got takedown defense, he's got, submission defense, all of these things. Because it's a big camp, right? You've got Mikhail Olajaychik, who's got wrestling. So there is the skill set to be able to round out any deficiencies you have. Just all of these things. And, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right? They're in Brazil. They've got all of this, right? When you think of all the different camps and the people and everything. So you were just like, yeah, this should be... Now, Benoît, he's got wrestling, right? He's solid strikes. We know he's good. But you just felt Ruffy would have the edge. This fight was bonkers, man. Because Benoît Saint-Denis was kind of coming out like Ruffy does. You know what I mean? Like, really putting the pressure on, a load of kicks and strikes and, just kick, punch, like these little combos and just doing all of these things, right? Doing a kick straight into a takedown. Just keeping Ruffy off balance. And Ruffy looked just... I don't know. He just looked uncomfortable, right? He looked shy. He looked like a kid going to his first dance, walking into the room, right? A boy walking into the room and there's all girls and he's just like, fuck. Like, oh, how do I ask one of these girls how to dance, right? That's what it seemed like. He just had no idea. No idea of what to do. He was just getting kind of taken down at will. And when he was taken down, didn't seem to know what to do. Like, there was a couple of times where he reversed, so he gets on top. Instead of dropping an elbow or something, he got back up. And it's like, well, you're not doing that well on your feet. So maybe drop some elbows, right? Knock a few cobwebs out of place. So then when you are on your feet, Benoit's a little bit like, ugh, I'm a little duppy. You know what I mean? Do something. Do something. But he did nothing, right? It was so baffling. So baffling. So we get into round 2, you know? And it's pretty more of the same. But, you know, early in the round, Denis gets a takedown. And he's on Ruffy's back, right? So Ruffy is on all fours, got like his elbows on the mat, right? On all fours. Ruffy, Denis on his back. He's throwing a few shots, but he's kind of thinking about a rear naked, and you can see, right? And if he's on your back, you go, I think I know what you're gonna do. But Ruffy does nothing, and Denis puts his arm underneath, right, underneath the neck. There is no point where Ruffy gets at least one of his arms up and grabs Denis' arm. He just lets him put the arm under and lets him reposition of what he's doing. All he does is tuck his chin. That's literally all he does. And you're just like, we all know these days, like maybe back in the, early 90s, right? 80s, tucking your chin was the thing, right? Because it was like those early days of UFC when someone got into full mount and the other person would tap because they're like, well, he's in full mount. That means that's it. I'm out. I can't win now, right? It's when you have a lack of knowledge. Yes, tucking the chin maybe works, but you know that if someone has a tight enough squeeze, it doesn't even matter if they're not underneath the neck, because they can break your motherfucking jaw. You know what I mean? They can break your jaw or just make it so uncomfortable. Like maybe your teeth are going through your lip or something. But you do not want to be in that position if you can help it. So grab the motherfucking arm. Ruffy doesn't. It's kind of like, and listen, you don't want to go, someone was scared, but it felt like he wanted an out, right? Because when you're just giving something up that easy, and it's not like, Denis was raining down shots or anything like that, there was no reason why Ruffy doesn't defend the choke. So, yeah, Denis gets his arm there. Ruffy's tucking the chin and he's just cranking on the face. And it's funny because I think Felder says, he's not underneath the chin. It's just on the jaw. So Ruffy should be fine. And next second, Ruffy fucking taps. Ruffy taps. This was crazy. No one saw this shit coming, right? And it's not that, Benoît Denis is terrible and there's no way in blue hell he could win. No, everyone's got a chance. But the way Ruffy was performing, you were just like, oh my days. And then when you look at the camp, the training partners and everything, you're just like, we haven't necessarily seen everything, but he must have those skills. And in this fight, he showed he had, nothing. it was like he had, you know, degraded, he had de-evolved, he had lost skill sets, but we saw nothing of note from Maurício Ruffy. Now, everyone can have a bad day at the office, right? So I think that's the only thing. You can go, okay, it was a bad day. I mean, that was a terrible day, right? That was a terrible day at the office. It's all about how he bounces back now, because, I mean, Denis just showed a good game plan for beating Ruffy, and if he really has no jiu-jitsu, right, has no takedown defense anymore, then good luck, right? Good luck. Your time in the UFC will be short-lived, my friend. But I'm assuming, you know, he course corrects, you know? I'm assuming he course corrects. So we will see. But, whew, I mean, it's not a... I mean, for Bahalio, right, seeing your teammate go out like this, oh, that must be a little bit... I wouldn't say it's going to unnerve him, and, you know, but you don't want to see that before your fight. You know what I mean? But, boy, now we're going to our headliner,